Welcome back to TV5 News at 9. It is time for our favorite segment. It's time for Education Matters. Today we are joined by Dr. Craig Douglas. Thank you for joining us again, Dr. Douglas. We appreciate seeing you.
Good morning.
Good morning. So the New Year's right around the corner. So today we are talking about New Year's resolutions. So how can parents really help their kids set these goals?
Happy New Year to everyone, 2021.
Yes.
Can you believe it?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, New Year's resolutions really translates into a nice conversation with children of all ages, students of all ages, about setting goals. Goal setting creates a growth mindset, a roadmap, if you will, to the future. For younger children, goal setting is a chance to have a conversation about the difference between things they want versus things they need. You know, a wish versus something they really want to attain. A goal, of course, is much more than just a wish. So to create goals, I went to the web, and there's a lot of research about what is known as SMART goals. I'd like to share that basic framework with viewers today.
Yes.
Each letter, the SMART abbreviation, stands for an ingredient of the goal. The S stands for specific, the M for measurable, A for attainment, R stands for realistic, relevant, and rewarding, and T for time-bound. So let me expand on this. By specific, what is the actual goal trying to attain? As specific as possible, the details then can be spelled out with various action steps to be taken. M, measurable. It's important to be able to measure the goal. How will we know when we're making progress towards a goal? What are some benchmarks that we should look for? And then ultimately, how will we know when we've reached the goal? That leads to A, attainment. Is it a possible goal? Example, I'll be facetious, but I might set a goal for myself. I want to be able to dunk the basketball. Well, that's certainly not attainable unless I use a 7-foot rim. So you want a realistic goal that's attainable with a realistic time frame that is achievable and doable. R, realistic, relevant, and rewarding. Kind of a new spin on the 3 R's. So why is that goal important to the student? What are the steps that need to be taken, and what support is needed along the way? How realistic can it be? And then why? Why do I need to attain it as a student? And what is needed in order to attain it? That support that I alluded to briefly. And then T, time bound. What's the timeline to achieve it? How can I track my progress to ensure I'm on course? Good example of that is a college degree. That should be done in 4 years, ideally, maybe 5. What is the time-bound aspect of the goal, if you will? So lots of us set New Year's resolutions, and too often after a few days or weeks or maybe a month, we're tempted to set them aside. Students can employ the SMART goal strategy to attain the growth mindset and avoid any kind of stop of attainment. Instead, the growth mindset can be employed in setting the goals and reaching out to them, teaching persistence and grit.
I love that. You know, Dr. Douglas, I have a question for you.
Sure.
So how does this goal sound? Both of my children, they are straight A students. They do well. They're so respectful, wonderful kids, Collian and Jacob. But okay, I was trying to think, what kind of goal, what kind of resolution could they have? So I came up with something. They both wanted a fish. They each have their fish, little Neo and Henna. Now, both the little fish have become mama's fish, and they have stopped feeding the fish and taking care of it. So I'm thinking that could be something to teach responsibility. What do you think about that?
Absolutely. And then what to do with the offspring. What's a good way to manage that increase in family size, if you will? Does it mean a bigger tank? Does it mean more apparatus? Does it mean finding some people to donate or gift the fish to? There's all aspects, and that's part of the action steps that's a part of the SMART goal process, in my opinion.
I love that. Great advice. Thank you again, Dr. Douglas. Anything else you want to say as we wrap up?
Well, I love this quote by Arthur Ashe, and let me wrap up 2020 with this quote. He was the famous tennis star that lived from 1943 to 1993. Ashe said, "Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can."
Oh.
Start where you are,
Start where
use
you
what
are.
you have, do what you can.
Start where
And
you are. I
goal
love
setting is
it.
a way for students to start where they are and then use what they have and do what they can to achieve the goals. It's a simple quote, but I love it. Brilliant in its simplicity.
I love
Happy
it.
New Year to you
Yes.
and to everyone.
You too. Happy New Year. We appreciate you as always. Thank you, Dr. Douglas.
Take care.
You as well. And thank you for tuning in today. For any more information about this topic, you head on over to the School Source page. That's on WNEM.com.